Good afternoon, everyone. So, Steve there. I heard that. I heard him saying my name. Thank you. It's nice to know that people are remembering the things I like in this church. When I speak,
we love you, Ed.
Oh, thank you. I love all of you too. So, some of you may not have noticed. It doesn't matter if you did or not. But I was back there behind the piano, hiding, playing guitar. And I don't normally play guitar. I just recently started learning it from Abel. And when I got here, since we practiced before church, when I got here before church, I was sitting there playing these songs. I'm like, this is really hard. I'm not good enough yet. And so I was just like, maybe I should just not play this week. Maybe I'll just try next week. But as I was sitting there, I was like, no, of course, I should play this week. This isn't about me, even if I'm not amazing, even if I'm not like John Mayer at guitar. I love how only this part laughed at that. Who else would? Even if I'm not Jimi Hendrix at guitar. Oh, there you go. More people laugh. There you go. Even if I'm not Jimi Hendrix at guitar, it's still an act of worship, even if I make mistakes, which I know I do a lot. Even if I'm not perfect at it, even if I don't consider myself good, God considers me good. God really takes it to heart what I'm doing. And when Dr. Mike was talking about taking communion just right now, I never once, for some reason, thought of it as a form of worship, as a form of giving thanks. I'm like, this is God showing us, this is us remembering what He's done, and Him saying, like, I love you. But I never thought of it as a form of worship. And then that just got me thinking even further that how just everything we do, we can make into a form of worship. How even giving a message when Pastor Irving was preaching, that's a form of worship. Sharing knowledge, sharing just the word with other people. That's worship. What we're here for on this earth is ultimately to worship God, because we know, literally, there's nothing we can give God that will ever repay Him, where we can just be like, oh, I think I can pay that God for this with these like $200 right here. There you go. We're all set. We're even. So I can just get into heaven automatically just because I gave that. No, it's just a lifetime of worship. And I was thinking, and we all know the classic offertory verse, and that if you could go to it auto, it's 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7. Everybody knows this one. It says, each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And everyone knows that. Everyone knows that God loves a cheerful giver. Give what's in your heart. You don't have to give 10%, since I know a lot of people, as I've seen, give a lot more than 10%. I've seen like people give like 50% of their income to God, and it's just whatever you feel God's really leading you to. And what we tend to skip over, or not skip over, but just stop at, is verse 7, when we should really continue to verse 8 with this, where it says, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. God is so wonderful that when we give to Him, He will give back to us in all that we need, in every time. And I found myself when I'm just in different seasons in my life, whether I have a lot of money in relation to me and my own income, or if I have a low amount of money, it's like, of course, it fluctuates, where I'm just like, oh, I'm not as thankful right now, as Dr. Morrison said, how it even happens to a doctor that they don't feel as thankful as they should. And it happens to me where it's like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not as thankful for this. I can't really see how you help me in this, God. And so it's like, sometimes I'll be a little stingy and not give. And then I'm just like, I kind of need this for gas, or I need this for food. And I love how the Bible just has a response to like everything we do. In Proverbs 11 verse 24, it says, one gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want. There's no worse feeling in this world than just want. Oh, I want this, I want that. Why can't I have that? I don't have enough, I want this. And I found that just literally, that is so true. That message where it's like, when we're stingy, when we're selfish, when we start focusing everything to us, that's all we want. We want us, and we want, and it just becomes this arrow pointed at us, and it's this negative spiral that goes down where all we want is to siphon from everyone around us, siphon from everything that we have. But when we give, it's just this upward spiral of just love, of just joy, where people around us just are blessed by us, our attitudes change, we don't want as much, but we get more than we want, and we get more than we need. And that's how God wants it to be in our life. He wants us to be in this positive upward spiral where we're not concerned about what we want. We're concerned about the wants of others. We're concerned about just the lives of others, how we can bless other people. And so when we give today, just keep that in your heart, of just the spirit of giving, this spirit of I want to give, I don't want anything, I don't want this like extra $200, because God can turn that into so much more than just $200. And so let's just bring up the ushers can come up.